The Nimble with Numbers team presents ChalkBlocked with Bo Big Time McBrayer.
I gotta know what a $5 shake tastes like.
That's hot. That's hot.
I want winning, folks. You don't know diddly.
And his partner, Scott Stag Simpson.
Do you know who I am?
Trying to put Tiger Bomb on this jungle's nuts.
That's cute. I remember when I had my first beer.
I gotta catch a glimpse of these warlocks. Let's make a move.
Hey, you guys, welcome back to ChalkBlocked, the world's sexiest DFS show for now. I'm Bo McBrayer, big time. You can call me that. You can call me anything except for late for dinner. I'm here with Scotty Stack Simpson. This is the best, the most accurate, the most legendary DFS winners show on the planet. Not just the sexiest. We're the best. We're the best looking. I mean, Scott's holding up the looks department here. He's sexy and ready all the way from the Beltway in DC. I'm here from NorCal. Everybody knows where I'm from. Scotty Stacks, how are we doing tonight? Are you ready to get back in the win column this year?
I am, and East Coast dads, be warned. It's like 1:30 in the morning here, like West Coast time. You guys,
it's Sunday in the late window, right?
The late window is right. You know, the witching hour has already happened here on the East Coast. I know on the West Coast it's like 4:30 p.m. You guys are just starting your day.
Yeah, we're at our early bird special over here.
Yeah,
it's still light outside.
I hate when you wake up and there's football on the TV. That's not fair.
When we get the Europe games,
yeah,
it's 6:30 a.m. to kick off.
You're working then, so
it's bad.
Well, I'm excited. We are here on the Fancy Six Pack. If you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, shout out Joe Bond and the Six Pack. You guys are awesome. Dave Eddy, all the whole crew. Bo nailed it. What we're going to do is we're going to talk DFS Week 2. The show is called ChalkBlocked. If you don't get it, That's okay. You'll get it soon. We're looking at the different plays on the DraftKings main slate. We're going to use the Run the Sims Classic Optimizer, which I'm going to share in just a second. Let me put that bad boy on. Hate to make it we're not as beautiful. We're not in there as much. This is beautiful though. This is the data set we're going to use and go over to help us kind of get an insight into what people think is going to happen on the slate, how we can use that data to leverage and to pivot and to build our lineups. Some chalk will fade, block it, obviously. Others, we might have to eat it, thinking it might be a good play. So we're going to run down the 12 games, a lot of games, and then we're going to talk about how Bo kicked my ass in the Clash of Beards and Bellies by about 16 points. So I gave him 10. He beat me by more. I got to come back. I got a strong lineup tonight. I'm really excited. I sent you my lineup. I know you're scared. So I'm
actually excited to go 2-0.
You son of a bitch. All right. Let's jump into this first game. It's a low total, 41.5. I've heard some people, some pundits talking about this. A defensive clash could be in the works, but there's still some pieces that might be at play here. What do you see this game kind of unfolding? We got a total of 41.5, and then the Titans are home underdogs. They're catching almost 6. It's 5.5 right now.
Yeah, it's a classic grind it out type game. Obviously, we have Cam Ward going up against a pretty solid Rams defense, but as I predicted last week, Tennessee Titans defense showed up and played pretty well themselves. They gave Cam Ward a lot of chances to have a good debut, and I'd say he was pretty decent for his first game as an NFL player. The Rams favored for a reason. I think this is probably going to go under the 41.5. I don't see a lot of big plays happening on either side. So where we can find pieces here, I'm not going to be stacking in this game. It's just going to be something where if I need a guy, I might go with a Tony Pollard or a Kyron Williams to fill a running back need because they're both pretty decent values at their price, especially with the volume that both of them get. Obviously, Tajay Spears is out for the next 3 weeks at least. And Tony Pollard's been the bell cow. As long as Tajay Spears gets hurt, which happens a lot, Tony Pollard's going to be, if you call it, I haul it, as he coined in Dallas. And Kyron Williams, as we know, is the least efficient running back in the history of the world, and he still gets 30 touches every game and always seems to have averaged 2.5 yards a carry and find the end zone exactly one time on a completely undeserved touchdown. But that still pays the bills in DFS. So I would not hold my nose on either of those running backs. The wide receivers where I get a little sketched out because the ownership on Puka Nacua is out of control. Calvin Ridley as well. I like them, but I love Davante Adams at this leverage point because I think he outscores Puka with his matchup corner on corner. Puka is going to get the best corner on the Titans, and that leaves Davante Adams, who's one of the best route runners to ever live, against a CB2. That's going to be fine. That's going to be very exploitable for Matthew Stafford. This is a game that probably won't have that many fireworks, but Davante Adams is exactly where I'm going at 5,900. That's a great value. That's great leverage at only 10% projected ownership.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say this game shoots out because I think both these defenses showed in week one that they do like to slow the game down. The Rams are not going to set the world on fire with their running back.
These are both running forward defensive and run game teams. Like Sean McVay is a run first coach. It's obvious because he's giving Kyron Williams, who runs slower than I do, 30 carries a game.
Yeah, and Tony Pollard, I mean, I think in this matchup, Tony Pollard would be the ceiling. Kyron Williams is the floor, right? If you're going to like which one of these plays you're looking for, if you're looking for optimization or kind of just that
yes,
I need a steady 15 points, Kyron Williams is there. You maybe want 23 points. There you go. Tony Pollard, he's got that upside in him. So I like that. This is something that I don't normally do either, but Calvin Ridley, he played well. Cam Ward played well. The Broncos defense was solid. I saw some highlights breaking down Cam. He just looked more poised in the pocket than you would think a first-year pass or first game against a strong Broncos team. So I like some of that. Calvin Ridley, 4,900. I'm not stacking.
That's a weird price, right?
A weird price, right? Like that just kind of.
It's a great player at 4,900, and I get that chalk is not due to anything except for he's too cheap.
Yes, completely. And so if you have $4,900 left, we're not telling you don't put him in your lineup if that's you got $5,200, but. It's not a build I'm going to be stacking this, Nakua and Ridley and I mean maybe Adams and Ridley if you're being crazy, but I'm with you. I'm not stacking. Defense, you want any of these defenses? The Titans are really cheap. They're
no, not really, because I don't see these teams, either one of them, causing turnovers. If anything, I want the Rams.
Yeah,
I want the Rams because their pass rush is really good. Jared Verse is a monster.
Yeah,
and it's a rookie quarterback. I mean, he's the first overall pick for a reason. He's a stud. I've loved his game since he was at Wazoo. And when he transferred to Miami last year, Cam Ward was an absolute animal. And I was like, told you so. Cam Ward has been the QB1 of this class the entire time. I love Shedeur Sanders too. And I like a couple of the other guys in that class, but it's always been Cam Ward. I still think that he's going to have some trouble dealing with that pass rush from LA. So if anything, I'm going to play the Rams, spend up a little bit at 3,100. It's not a big price, but I think if there's going to be any defense to roster, it would be the Rams.
Excellent. All right, let's jump to San Francisco, New Orleans. And the reason I'm barfing is the quarterbacks here are Mac Jones
and Spencer
Rattler barf. Now, here's the deal. Mac Jones is min price, 4K. So he did set the world ablaze with Brian Thomas Jr. last year. So if you remember most of his yards, if you're not remembering.
Does Brian Thomas Jr. play for the 49ers?
No, he does not. I'm just giving
you. I'm just asking you the question is does Mac Jones, now that he's on the 49ers, have somebody like Brian Thomas to throw to? No. Does he have anybody at all besides Christian McCaffrey to throw to?
He only has Ricky Pearsall. It's just Pearsall and McCaffrey. It's a concentrated,
and the illustrious Jacob Tongas.
Well, yes, if you want some Tongas in your Tongas, it's like the full.
She loves when I give her the Tongas.
Oh, she wants all the Tongas. It's a full. Someone needs to make that their fantasy team, the full Tongas. The full pulp version when you go in and get the OJ and they got the mixed blood. This is a full pulp. You're giving it all to Ricky.
Extra Tongas in my OJ.
Yeah, so I am playing Christian McCaffrey against you, and everybody else is playing against me. So you were the clashes head to head.
Well, so, I mean, it's insane. Here's your
chalk. This is chalk. This is great chalk.
This is crazy. It's obviously good chalk because it's Christian McCaffrey. He's going to pay off. He's going to be a value. It's just you're going to be along with everybody else. So I will not fault you for rostering Christian McCaffrey. Chalk on Christian McCaffrey is not real chalk anyway. He's the RB1 every week that he's healthy. And it's especially true this week since his quarterback is Mac Jones, and there's nobody else on this team that can hurt the Saints defense, which was okay last week. And Alvin Kamara is still the better running back to play this week. because he's $1,400 cheaper, has the exact same upside as CMC. He is the DraftKings cheat code, has been since 2017, and he's coming in at a fancy 9% optimal, 9% projected ownership. Alvin Kamara is Christian McCaffrey, where you need the upside without spending $7,500 in your salary, when this is a great week for wide receivers.
He's a salary saver. You never thought you'd hear Kamara say that. The value salary saver of the week, Alvin Kamara.
Hey, whatever works. So yeah, if you
I'm
play
not
Christian McCaffrey, I'm going to be like, so everybody else is. But if I'm looking in a tournament, I'm playing Kamara every time.
I like that. If you want to be crazy, you could dueling banjos it and just keep it. Yeah.
I love where your head's at.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'll build one stack like that. I can do that.
That needs to be in there. That's a great idea.
Yeah, no one else is going to do that. Like, that's the thing about it. If this game, let's say this game does,
if they do and they chop with you at the top, then you tip your cap and say, "Look how smart we are."
Yes, exactly. Galaxy brain it, So okay. So for low totals to start, 41.5, 40.5, another 40.5. Yeah, in this game, I'm not going to talk a big revenge game. Because DK Metcalf, that's
not a real revenge game, guys.
He asked Russell Wilson if him and his wife would have a sexual liaison with him.
Well, his wife's Sierra. Everybody in the world who knows Russell Wilson's probably propositioned him on that one.
I think they've all thought about it. I don't think anybody would publicly go out and say, hey, I asked them to,
if you know Russell Wilson personally and you don't ask him for that proposition, then you're failing at life, because Sierra is, oh my God.
I mean, Seattle comes back to town. It's a revenge game of sorts for DK, who won it out and is out, and and he's getting all the strange in Pittsburgh now. So
you're doing a lot of gymnastics to make this a revenge game.
It's fun. I know. It's just so fun. No, but I mean, Seattle. That's where he was. He was out there getting getting it all, Jerry. So. What do you think about him or Jackson Smith and Jigba? They're around the same price. Jackson Smith more rostered, and then also the a little bit more optimal. But they're both interesting in this game.
So I like JSN in cash games. I'm playing him against you again this week. I liked it so much last week that I decided to back it up, because I've been a JSN fan since he was a freshman at OSU, and I still probably would rather play DK Metcalf in a tournament because, again, more upside or same upside. And we know that the weakness of the Seahawks so far has not been defending short passes. They did that pretty well, except they got beat over the top a couple times last week. So I'm thinking if the Steelers are going to exploit the Seattle defense, it's going to be over the top with either DK Metcalf or 2% projected ownership on Calvin Austin III. That is a fun little tournament banger. And if you're feeling frisky, remember, 43-year-old NorCal resident Aaron Rodgers last week threw 4 touchdown passes. And so if you're thinking crazy like I am, and you don't have that much faith in the Seattle ability to avoid giving up big plays down the field that Aaron Rodgers is definitely looking for, Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, Calvin Austin, double stack. That is fun, and you can run it back with a JSN or somebody on the Seahawks side. You could do Ken Walker. You could do Charbonnet, who looked like the lead back last week. Charbonnet is just as good as Walker. He hadn't gotten the chance yet. We saw what happens when Charbonnet gets a chance, and he was great at the end of last year when Walker was hurt. He was great last week when Walker was healthy, and it just seemed like they made a concerted effort to say, hey, we want to punch this defense in the face, so we're going to use our power back more. And that worked. Seattle looked really strong on offense, even with Sam Darnold at quarterback. It was a very impressive display. So I think this will be a really tough, like slobber knocker type game. But if I'm going to stack, I'm going to do it on the Steelers side.
Yeah, I built those big stacks. I just threw in one. In the first one, I threw in 2 Seahawks on the 3 to Steelers, and then I had a 2-to-1 ratio coming back. So,
and hey, before you move on here, Jorge Martín, papi, ¿qué pasa, tío?
Hold on, señor.
I'm just saying it's before we go past this game, I do want to give Arthur Smith some flowers for last week, because it was the highest percentage of plays Aaron Rodgers ever had with motion. pre-snap motion. Aaron Rodgers is famous for that McCarthy system where they do not use motion, and it doesn't work in this day and age with these defenses changing up coverages. And they're not falling for the motion. The motion shows the coverage. It's man versus zone. It's the easiest way to figure out what the
who's going to be on who. How's the rotation?
Aaron Rodgers already kind of knows what's going on defense, and then you give him pre-snap motion, and he's actually buying into Arthur Smith's pre-snap motion, and it worked.
He actually turned his back. He said he would never do it. He's doing it.
And in week one, right off the bat, pre-snap motion, letting Arthur Smith really head the charge there. He throws 4 touchdown passes. Yeah. It just might be the ticket to 43-year-old Aaron Rodgers being fantasy relevant in 2025 of all years.
I had to adjust the ranks. I came hot against.
It's crazy, right? It's crazy.
I saw the bag drill in the summer, and I thought I could tackle that guy. That's not good. Because Myles Garrett will eat his lunch. He's going to play him twice. So I immediately thought, okay, he's a dead man, and maybe he will be.
But how is he any different than any other quarterback who doesn't run?
No, he's slower and more decrepit. That's why. He's old. But it's 41. Yeah. He's old like me. He's got grays. You know what I mean? Like he's got to check for hemorrhoids and shit. I get it. He's old.
You'll always still be older than him, though.
always. I know. Well, I'll definitely always be older than Caleb Williams. Jared Goff. But
hey, did I call that or what last week with Detroit?
Oh man, yeah, great call. I loved it. The Ben Johnson effect is real.
Very real.
They didn't use Ben Johnson's plays. They made their own plays. They did not. They even said in the beginning, we're gonna just keep being Ben Johnson.
He brought the whole portfolio with him to Chicago.
Yeah, it's like
and in the first 2 quarters of that game on Monday night, Ben Johnson effect was real on the Chicago side too. Right. Like Caleb Johnson was lighting it up. Well, then they ran out of script, and then you started to see the Minnesota defense toughen up because they figured out what Caleb Williams was doing. So it was a good battle last week between Minnesota and Chicago because Ben Johnson came out firing with great play calling on offense, and then Brian Flores came back firing on defense in the second half. Great game to watch. Great game if you love the strategy of football and watching great minds duke it out on the sidelines, not just on the field with the players. This game's gonna be fun too because I think Chicago beats Detroit outright. So if you're looking for a money line bet, I'm going with the Bears over the Lions in Detroit on a money line. Let me look that up right now.
Are we thinking in this matchup 21-21, 22-21, 20-21? So you're under, or
27-17. So I think it goes under.
We're under. We're a slog fest.
I don't think it's a slog. I just think it's a moderate. This is a high of a total for me because I do think Detroit's offense underachieves again. Chicago's defense was strong last week. McCarthy got him in the fourth quarter, but up until then, they were shutting him down.
Yeah.
They have a good pass rush. The offensive line for Chicago impressed me last week because they were so god awful the last 2 years that they needed to change. They went out and got some guys on the line. I think Chicago's just a better team than Detroit this year, and they obviously have better coaching on the offensive side. Ben Johnson
it's a revenge game.
And not only that, they lost Aaron Glenn last year. Aaron Glenn was a spectacular DC, and now obviously earned his chance as a head coach for the Jets. So I think the Chicago's on the rise, Detroit's on the fall, and we get a good solid game. But I think at the end of the day, the Bears put them away late.
Are you buying Jahmyr Gibbs at only 14%?
Yes.
Roster?
You never fade.
It seems
Jahmyr
like
Gibbs.
A slam dunk, right?
Never ever fade Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah, he's gonna bounce back.
He's so good at football, guys.
His optimal rate's almost 20%. I was gonna say 20%.
It seems optimal.
That sounds good.
That's a very high number. That might be the highest optimal rate I've seen in a while.
And it's not leverage because people are kind of scared. Maybe it'll adjust by the time we get to game time tomorrow. But right now,
this is
game.
I don't care if his ownership goes to 20%. I'm still playing a lot of Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah. What about any of these other plays? We've got cheap Roma Dunze 4,800. I mean,
so I'm playing him against you. Yes, of course.
Okay, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's a fun time to be right. A lot of the people because back when I created football content besides this show, I made a lot of spicy predictions, and some of them were about Jackson Smith and Jigba, saying that he was going to be a Hall of Famer. After his first year in the league, when Shane Waldron ruined everything, everybody was jumping off the JSN train. And I said, hey guys, just hold up. This guy's still really good. This is still the guy that put up 300 yards and 5 touchdowns in the college football playoff. This is a great player. And then same thing with Roma Dunze. Same exact thing. Got hurt in the training camp before his rookie year. Didn't get all the way into groove until week 4 or 5. And look at what's happening to Roma Dunze last year. He gets hurt during training camp before his rookie year. He has a terrible look. Guess who his OC was? Shane Waldron. Shane fucking Waldron ruins his rookie year.
Following people around, ruining them.
Yeah. So JSN gets ruined by an early injury and Shane Waldron. Then the very next year, you get Roma Dunze with the same exact thing happening to him. And guess what? Week 1 of year 2, new coordinator. And Roma Dunze scores a touchdown.
You know, Roma Dunze, I don't think he's just a good
he's great.
I think
he's great everywhere.
I think he's
9%. That's green flag. 4,800 is an amazing price. And nobody's jumping on this. Detroit's defense isn't that good, guys. It's not. They got no pressure on the quarterback, even with especially with Aiden Hutchinson still contract dispute, broken leg, recovery, all those things. This team has no pass rush.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Caleb is gonna be camped out in the backfield.
It's gonna be a problem. And then on the other side, the line for the Lions has been sus with Ragnu gone. And
hella sus.
Yeah, there's a little hella sus. So, as the kids say, I built a little stack here, just a little Roma Dunze, Jahmyr Gibbs. I think those are my favorite plays. Yeah.
Give me a Caleb, a Dunze, Gibbs run back.
Yeah, I'll put a little in there.
Yep, that one.
There we go.
Oh baby. Oh, baby.
So easy, by the way. If you don't have Ron Sims, you can just I mean, I do this once a week, and it's just like you just jumping around so easy from player pool to your settings. How many lineups you want to make? We want to make 150. Jumping back to your player pool. Easy to go, easy to play. All right. This 11.5 points for Baltimore. Just geez Louise. This happened last year too. There was a line like this, and the game was like neck and neck, shitty the whole time. Just not a good game.
It's an AFC North game. Yeah, it's not going to be a blowout.
No. What did the line makers not know? Have they not heard?
Well, I guess it's because the weather hasn't really chilled off yet. Like if this was in November or December, then they'd be like, oh yeah, it's going to be a little bit more of a heavy hitting slog than a scoring fest or a runaway by Baltimore. But I kind of get it. That's 2 touchdowns, assuming 2 touchdowns victory for the Ravens, who looked amazing until the very end against Buffalo. The defense kind of collapsed on it, and then Derrick Henry's fumble just killed them. They would have been able to put the game away just by killing the clock if he doesn't fumble, and they win by 15. And it turned all the way. It spun on them in a bad way. It's a bad way to choke away a game, especially against a rival that they're going to see later and probably in the playoffs. Baltimore is pissed off right now, and they might see this Cleveland defense as a punching bag that they want to run the score up on. Because what realistic way would the Browns actually be able to prevent that from happening after what we saw the Ravens do to the Bills defense? The Bills defense is way better than the Browns defense, and Lamar looked completely unstoppable the entire time.
And they're telling out loud in the week of playing Derrick Henry that it's not hard to tackle him. What are you talking about?
I mean, you got to tell yourself some things, but I think Derrick Henry's the definition of hard to tackle because he's gigantic and he runs really fast and he's a thoroughbred alien. Okay. It might be easier to tackle him in the way that he's not elusive, but he never has had to be elusive. And tell that to the guys he's thrown by stiff arm. He's thrown them like a bouncer out the club, like Jazz in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, out the door.
Out.
Derrick Henry is absolutely difficult to tackle. I think what he meant to say is elusive. He's not elusive, and everybody was like, "Yeah, we know."
Yeah. He's a freight train.
He is a coal-powered steam engine.
Yeah, he's Shaft, motherfucker. Shut your mouth. So. Yeah, what are you doing? I'm playing Derrick Henry. I'm not against you, and have the money, but I'll play him because I don't think a lot of people are playing him. 7% roster. They're kind of staying.
Hey, guess who's playing him?
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
Did you actually look at my lineup?
No, I haven't had time. I did not.
Oh my god, you're gonna shit a brick because I think I Mona Lisa this shit. It's
no.
beautiful. I can't stop looking at it.
Okay. Do you have any dupes? How many dupes do we have?
I think one or two.
Okay. All right. 2. Is it CD Lamb? Is CD Lamb a dupe?
No, I think Jahmyr Gibbs is the dupe.
Okay. Well, fuck. All right. We'll be there. We'll get there. All right. Any other plays from this game? We did see Dave Flower, wide receiver 1 last week.
Dave Flowers. Oh, what a stud.
Yeah, 62.
What a stud.
9%. He's optimal here. He looks
oh my god.
Yeah.
Here's what you do. Even if you say Cleveland keeps it close. Let's say Cleveland keeps it close. If that's your narrative, how you see this game playing out, then you run the skinny Baltimore stack and run it back with 1 or 2 Browns offensive players if you think they're going to keep it close. But if you're thinking like me, and I think they cover by winning by 2 touchdowns, then I'm going to be going mega stack, onslaught stack, Ravens. I'm doing Lamar, Zay, and Derrick Henry like that, right? That one right there. That stack is filthy, and that stack will kill it in tournaments. If they pop the way they popped last week, then this is going to be, because I was on a showdown slate. The showdown slate was very lucrative if you had this stack. Oh, David Njoku or Harold Fannin, the age-old question that's 1 week in the making. I'm not sure. Not sure. I love David. I love David Njoku's upside because he's much more athletic. But Harold Fannin proved me wrong last week. I was dead wrong about Harold Fannin. He got open. He would
not do anything as well. I did not. He
was.
Hey, what do you think? So
I saw him as a guy who's just there to block because that doesn't make sense either, because as tight end 2, that's usually a blocking assignment. But they used him as a receiver in 12 a lot.
Well, like the Austin Cooper, like when
Njoku
block or whatever.
Njoku and Harold Fannin were running routes in 12. Usually one of those guys is blocking somewhere, or they're running
chipping. So they might just do double chips and then dip, chip and dip. But I like it.
The way they were deployed was very encouraging for people who have expectations for Harold Fannin, because 7 targets in your first game as a pro, as a rookie tight end that never does well. I believe it's the first 7 for 75 performance ever for a rookie tight end in their debut. Yeah, that's impressive.
And this is the thing about Flacco too. Not that the narrative for him is he slings it. He's a gunslinger. He's a drop back passer.
He just missed that 300-yard bonus last week. He had 291.
Yeah, I wouldn't have beat you anyway. But anyway,
oopsie.
Oh no. But I don't want to do an uwu, but I don't want to. It's too close. It's too soon. It's too soon.
She wasn't ready.
No, they weren't. With it being said, here Joe Flacco could slow this game down and pick them apart. 4-yard pass by 5-yard pass by 6-yard pass by 8-yard pass by 4-yard pass by 2-yard pass to Harold Fannin.
It's just water drop torture.
It could be one of those things too.
Water drop torture, and Harold Fannin benefits from
PPR. You're living in PPR world, in DK world, right? You're not half P. P. You're not half P at all. We're full P. Dude, I don't like FanDuel.
All I know is that in this game, regardless of how I see it playing out, Joe Flacco is throwing it 40 plus times. There's no way he's sub 40 attempts in this game, because if they're dealing, they're not running the ball that much anyway, because they don't have the personnel they used to have at running back, like Nick Chubb, for example. And they have a parlance of good receivers on this team, so they run them all out there. And it's kind of like an air raid last week, which was impressive because Jerry Jeudy ate, Fannin ate, and Njoku was there. He made a couple.
Tillman had 6. Cedric Tillman led everybody. So there you go.
Cedric Tillman, and it was just a cornucopia of passing attempts. And because they're such high percentage, low risk throws, because Flacco is a very smart quarterback. He's always been a cerebral quarterback that knew where he was going to make the offense move forward. He's never been that guy that just slings it and risks turning the ball over. Joe Flacco is usually only turning it over if he gets sacked and fumbles it away. you don't see Flacco throwing a lot of picks because he's not that aggressive anymore. Early in his career, he's an aggressive downfield passer. All those Ravens days where he was just dropping bombs everywhere. That dude's arm strength was unreal. He threw the best deep balls ever. And now he's just kind of graduated into a different era of his career where he is not a dink and dunker, but more of a strategic poker. Like he's throwing jabs. He's doing calf kicks to chop the legs down. He's death by 1,000 cuts. And it's not a dink and dunk because we're not seeing a lot of passes to running backs. It's a lot of these.
Dylan Sampson did have 8 catches for
right. That is significant, but it was also there was a lot of attempts that were
Bannon, it was Tillman.
Very strategic, short passing, very West Coast oriented, where they used the short pass. The short pass is equivalent; it's congruent with the running game.
Yeah, you use it as an extension almost, right?
Exactly. That was Bill Walsh's philosophy.
To a running back and then throw right to a tight end.
That's Bill Walsh 101. And I don't know if Stefanski's necessarily a West Coast guy by definition, but he definitely had that going last week.
Yeah.
And so the Browns are not, especially with what we saw the Ravens defense give up to the Buffalo Bills, obviously a great offense. Both those offenses were unstoppable against each other. So maybe it's not the defenses last week being poor so much as it was we saw excellence on both sides of the ball for offense. That was a clash of the Titans on offense, and there was no defense that could stand in their way and stop them.
Here's my favorite one out of all these. I put this one in. Let's just say game script wise, it concentrates around Zay Flowers and Derrick Henry, which it could very much so, right? And not that you don't have to have Lamar, but let's say you go Joe Flacco, which I can build a few stacks with Flacco. Running back
for 5,000, yes,
yeah, and Harold Fannin Jr. Those guys combined are just 7-4, and you get 26-8, and you've got a nice projection here of 74 just as a baseline.
I like the one on the bottom right, but with Flowers. Like I don't know if you can afford Flowers instead of Bateman, but no. I was just saying that I was thinking I was looking for
it's up here.
Yeah, Jerry. Yeah, the second one. Second one.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the one. That's a contrarian stack where you're saying, okay, Lamar's great, but the one who scores the points is Zay and Derrick Henry. So Joe Flacco being a contrarian stack initiator. I think this game does go over, but not by much. I think it's in that range. But I do think that we're going to get a lot of stackable, like slate breaking opportunities in this game. So I'm focusing a lot of my energy on this game because I do think that even if it shoots out a little bit over 45, we're going to get some great individual performers from this game that we can definitely profit on in DFS.
I love it. All right, let's jump to another game. And, this is Miami hosting New England.
Bienvenido a Miami.
And let's just talk about what's going to happen here. They're going to make the New England Patriots wear all black uniforms, I'm sure, this week. They're going to make them sit in the sun. They're going to ask God. They're going to pray in Miami church all day that God will make the sun shine even harder and hotter on that sideline. They're going to be in an air-conditioned sideline wearing white jerseys, not in the sun, with Shakira dancing around them. So,
that is the best home field advantage ever created, and they should not be ashamed of it. They should never be bashful about using it because that is amazing.
It's just analytics, it's science.
And it's against their division rival. They hate the Patriots. Like Patriots and Dolphins fans hate each other.
I think this game is gonna leak a little bit in the end. I think it might be a slow burn at the beginning and not be great. Maybe halftime 7-10 or 13-7. But I think by the end you're gonna get a lot of sloppy play because it is the first couple weeks.
There's gonna be some fights. There's gonna be some fights in this one.
Some fights. I love that. Some fights.
Yeah.
Let's predict
and it's this week is great because look how many good little nuggets of narrative games are in this slate. You got the divisional games between the Lions and Bears, you got the Browns and Ravens, and you got the all these great divisional rivalries, all these great traditional rivalries with narratives in the other games. Like you got your DK Metcalf story with the Steelers and Seahawks that have been kind of clicking back and forth on transactions the last couple of years. It's really interesting to see the personnel movement. You got you got all these other parallels. just so many storylines in this slate that we can play with in DFS, because that's the name of the game. We're trying to figure out that unique way that we predict the future. That's kind of what we're doing here. Is it's a numbers game, but we also want to understand that games do have a flow to them.
What do you think about Drake May and his flow in the first game? Stephon Diggs, not his main target.
Weird.
Boutte.
Kayshon Boutte. Is it? I mean, we have to kind of gauge how fluky it feels. Like I do like Kayshon Boutte as back when he was a young, back when he was a young five-star prospect. But I think something happened like in his personal life after
he got injured. He had like an injury.
He got hurt after that freshman year. He missed a whole year, and he had a really tough road back. I think something must have happened in his personal life, because he wasn't the same player. And maybe we're starting to see that wake up, that talent, that raw talent and athleticism that Kayshon Boutte's always had. Maybe we're starting to see it peak again, which would be like great.
Fourth year breakout? Is that what we're in right now?
Hey, Devontae Adams was a fourth year breakout.
Yeah, wasn't Devontae Parker like a fourth year breakout too? I mean, he was always.
Did he actually break out?
I know. Did he ever actually break out?
Like, he was really good a couple of years, but it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was like, oh wow, look at Parker.
Yeah. We got the fancy report chiming in here on YouTube. I do actually like Hunter Henry a lot at 4K. I didn't play
Hunter Henry. Besides Boutte made some big plays. But Hunter Henry was the focal point of the middle of the field. And Drake May loves throwing over the middle because he's not the best perimeter passer. That's not his game. His game is, hey, find the slant, find the curl, and then otherwise take off and run or hit your running back. Just keep it simple right in front of you. You don't see a lot of out routes thrown by Drake May, because I don't think he trusts his instincts quite yet. That comes with experience. But he's really comfortable throwing over the middle, and Hunter Henry is very good at getting open in those situations, those little tight end post routes, and then the sit down routes and zone coverage. Hunter Henry's been doing that a long time, and he's not slowing down because he's always been slow.
Right, he always has. Where did he play before New England? My brain doesn't even remember. Like, it doesn't work anymore. Los Angeles. So he was, maybe it was San Diego at the time. Maybe I remember. Like, it was Chargers. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Let's build some stacks here.
He was good, but he was always hurt. So we knew Hunter Henry was good, but he couldn't stay healthy early in his career. Now he's a pillar of strength and a very consistent performer.
Okay. I'm not a big Tua fan, but if I do stack, I'll take Tyreek or Waddle, probably Tyreek mostly, even though, he sucks. That's what kids are saying these days. But I still think Tyreek's available. If I Drake May, I don't want Stephon Diggs. Sorry. No, I want Kayshon Boutte and Hunter Henry. Devon Achane, I still believe in his talent. I think he's a beast still. I think he started playing better in the second half, even though
he's a volatile player, isn't he? That Achane is a very volatile player. He's all or nothing. He's either going to drop 41 or 11.
Yeah. He is like a mini Barry Sanders. He could,
a very, very poor man's Barry Sanders.
Very, very poor man's
desolate Barry Sanders.
Yes, desolate. Yeah, you could desolate our team here. So not my favorite stack, but I'll dingle and dangle.
Am I wrong in thinking that I just want to fade the whole Miami offense now because they're playing like dog shit?
No, but I do think there's something at home. Like if they're at home playing like dog shit, this is the real test.
I don't know, man. That whole situation looks really toxic right now.
It does. Well, is Mike McDonald going to vape on the sidelines again? Is he going to?
He should. He's got to change. He's got to shake something up because right now they're on life support. They have no pulse right now. They need CPR in Miami. It's not looking pretty, but they can turn it around. They can turn it around. They have all the talent in the world. They just forgot who they were. Yeah. And the Patriots, I think, are on the ascent. They're actually on a team on the rise. So I would take the Patriots straight up in this one and kind of fade this really floundering Miami Dolphins team right now.
Do you want either Travion or Ramondre as a breakout in this game?
My love for Travion Henderson is unmatched. And nobody's gonna have him.
Yeah.
Well, since when is the Miami Dolphins a fearsome run defense?
I don't remember when.
They're okay. they're not a terrible run defense, but I wouldn't say they're like, oh, we need to worry about the Ramondre or Travion.
Yeah, it's true. This game could go over. I do think there comes a fourth quarter melee, melange. Something's going to happen.
Something's going down.
The witching hour is going to be involved.
Oh my God, with those gunshots or fireworks.
It's going to be a wild night. So in the daytime. All right, let's jump over to a game that has the highest
The
total.
cul-de-sac is talking.
Yeah, everybody's got their Miller Lights out. Jacksonville headed over to Cincinnati. People think this game is going to shoot. It is Chase Brown to the moon. The projected rostership 23%. What do we think about that? That seems a bit
exciting.
That's a bit much. I mean, Travis Etienne's a lot cheaper, and he's only 6%.
And Etienne is the talk of the town. How is he cheaper than Chase Brown?
Maybe he's back.
But what we saw last week with Etienne was very impressive. Like that's probably his best game of his entire career, because he looked explosive like always, but he was more decisive in hitting the holes. He was more of a weapon for that Jags offense that they drafted him to be. And he just kind of floundered around as an okay player for a long time. And now with Tank Bigsby out of the picture, you have a rookie Bashal Tootin who's still learning the position. He's a very explosive player, but he's also a very, I think he led the NCAA last year in fumbles with 11. So
yes.
So we don't really trust Tootin yet. If I'm Ethan Cohen, I have a veteran in Etienne that's explosive, can do all the jobs, and then I have a kid who's gonna learn behind Travis Etienne, who's gonna provide his own production, but he's also there's no question after last week that Travis Etienne's getting a lot more work than we thought he was going to get, because we were afraid of Tank Bigsby and Bashal Tootin cutting into him because of how poor he looked last year. But Etienne looked amazing last week.
I mean, running back second year in a row, put a little fire in your belly. You're like, oh damn, they did it. Yeah. Oh damn.
we are nearing crisis mode if you're ETN, and he's not that bad of a player. So he just needed to, I guess, have somebody light a fire under his ass.
Contract year? Can someone say contract?
Contract year. Yeah. It's real, baby.
It's gotta get paid. All right, let's talk about
people you can't argue. People are always money motivated. You might not be obsessed with making money, but everything you do
on the free market, you want to make sure that your best is there. So,
especially in such a short window of a career as an NFL running back, it's like, get your bread, dude.
Right. Make your cheese. By the way, I talked some shit on my other podcast, the Fantasy Millionaires, about I saw more Travis Hunter commercials than I saw Travis Hunter playing and receiving and catching.
So good
on my screen too many times.
So good.
And they were all the Scott Hansen commercials. Everyone's a Travis Hunter commercial. So, but anyway,
Travis Hunter is fun though.
He's gonna break out. He's gonna have a game where he catches 2 touchdowns. Maybe this is the game. I don't know. He's 5,200. He's the cheapest out of all of these. He's still in the range of upsides of having the same range as Brian Thomas Jr. A couple points off here, and he's 1,500 cheaper.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah, right. I mean, we haven't seen it from anybody in the offense. Brian Thomas Jr. took an end around for a touchdown last week. He didn't really get in the passing game that much. And
Trevor Lawrence is not okay right now. Trevor Lawrence is not okay. He's acting hella shady.
Yeah, well, he always is. He's just,
we have to see it this year, Trevor. You've always been a good, solid pro, but this isn't what you were billed to be as the Heisman Trophy winner and national champion. You came into this league with some high, lofty expectations, and so far haven't even come close.
He's got better hair than he has football game.
Great hair.
That's not great. I love his hair, but that's not great. You don't want that. So Jamar Chase underperformed last week, of course. Tough matchup against the Browns. Ward always plays him well, always talks shit in his face too. And that's how it goes. It's it's kind of like a little division matchup. But now he's free. He's free, and he's not free though. He's 8,100, and people are on him. Like stink on the Cowboys last week. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm not rubbing it in. Micah Parsons on a blitz is what they are. What do you think about Jamar Chase? We just always play Jamar Chase, or a couple lineups always, or how are we fading this roster?
This game is going to shoot like crazy. So, I mean, sky's the limit.
Touchdowns 3. Is this one of those where he could get 3
This
touchdowns?
is the kind of game where you don't even put a ceiling on it because you can't even imagine what could happen. I just think that
you just know it
I don't think there's a chance that he doesn't pop because I think that everybody in this game will eat. And of course, it's going to be popular because everybody knows this game is going to shoot. Like everybody and their mom knows this game's going to shoot. So it's going to be very heavily rostered. But sometimes you just have to join the club because the club wins.
Yeah. Someone's dying for a Mike Gesicki stack. So I'll give you 2% Gesicki.
No.
I know.
Why?
I don't want. I'll give him a 1.
I don't want any fucking Mike.
Now we won't put it in a real lineup.
Get the fuck out of here,
man. I know. So, right, who else in Jacksonville do you want? You want some strange? You want to get a little strange?
Yes, I do. Always.
I like getting strange. Yeah, I can see a double stack with the wide receiver.
This game you could stack in so many different ways.
Yeah, I'm do a little strange with ETN, and then let's get a run back here, and we'll get rid of because you got to think they're playing from behind. Is why Travis Hunter and Brenton Stranger they're getting in. They're getting it in because they got to chase down Higgins and Jamar Chase. So anybody else we're gonna play? You and do a little Chase Brown or no?
Yeah, a little Chase Brown.
Okay,
not a lot, but just we need a piece of him because
a little piece.
I mean he's got a lot of upside. It was disappointing last week, but it was also it was a tough matchup. So I think this frees him up a little bit more.
Yeah, he didn't even catch the touchdown. Long caught it, which made me just want to rip my hair out.
That was awful. That helps nobody.
Oh, what the fuck was that shit? I just turned. I said, "Jags touchdown." 100 long. I said, 80.
Bullshit.
I said 80. Fuck.
I was like, I'm gonna throw up.
85. No, not 85.
That's the worst guy to catch a touchdown.
Yeah, nobody cares. All right.
No offense to Hunter Long, great play, dude.
Yeah, God bless you, sir.
It hurt us so bad. It hurt so bad.
Yeah, you crushed my soul. Now we're getting to the goods. I'm playing this guy against you. Please don't tell me you have Josh Allen against me. Please.
Let me check. I don't think so. Please, if I do, I'm gonna cry. It's gonna be so funny.
No, don't do it to me, Jesus. Don't.
No. I do not have.
Right,
do you have? Is it because you have Josh Allen?
I do. I have Josh Allen. Yeah.
Yes, you do.
I do. Oh, actually, I have Travis Etienne too. I don't have Jahmyr Gibbs. I have Etienne. So
okay. So our match is Garrett Wilson, which
Garrett Wilson. Okay,
interesting.
That's not terrible.
That's our only match.
I like it. I think I have a better chance than I had before, knowing this is true. Yeah. So, but we'll see.
You're still going to cry when you see my lineup because it's nasty.
All right. I might have to play it in the Millie Maker. All right. Here we go. We've got Josh Allen in this matchup against our guy, Justin Fields. One is expensive. One is cheap. They both have very similar upsides. One is rostered. One is not. I'm going cash Josh Allen, but I think for tournaments, I'm interested in Justin Fields. He's got the rushing upside. He's got some passing upside, not all of it, but some of it. A little bit behind Lamar, but you saw what Lamar did. What do you think about Fields? Playing him 5,700?
So this is the funny part is you have Josh Allen. I have Justin Fields.
Ay, caramba. Yeah, that is funny. When were you going to tell me
setup. What a setup.
Why are you hiding that from me?
Because it's so good. It's so juicy.
I don't like it.
Like we have an actual quarterback showdown between us.
Yes, we do.
That's fun. That's fun.
Yeah, we're hombres against each other in this game. I was already excited about this game, but now I'm like even more excited about this game.
This game's going to be fun.
Yeah,
fun.
Yeah.
If the Jets show what they did last week, and the Bills' defense is just as bad as it was last week, we don't know if it's just how good the Ravens are. But if the Jets go in and pop off, then the Buffalo Bills have a problem. But the Jets looked really good last week. They scored 30 points. It was Justin Fields throwing it all over the place. They ran the ball like crazy. Breece Hall's a stud. Like this offense is really good. It's finally realizing its potential because it finally got a decent set of coaches and a good coordinator to actually build a game plan around Justin Fields. Like this guy's a freak athlete who's got all the best tools. and nobody's been able to get it out of him and put it into practice. But after 1 week, the Jets might have something where this could be an exciting fantasy performer week on week against any defense. Justin Fields has all that potential. We're just a little jaded because he's let us down so many times.
What do you think is going to happen with Sauce? Because Sauce played well last week. He shut down DK Metcalf, but then nobody else in the secondary for the Jets came to play besides that.
That was it.
Holes,
it was just Sauce. Sauce's island was fine, and the rest of the offense, the rest of the defense was on fire. It was just like Coleman, a blaze.
Is he going to be on Sauce Island? Is Sauce going to be on wide receiver 2 overall? Keon Coleman? Is that how it's going to work? Because who else? He's not going to travel.
Khalil Shakir is more of your utility guy. Like he runs all the option routes from Z and from the slot. And he's the guy that gets open and moves the chains. And he's a great yak guy, which is a great place to be in that role where it's like, oh, I'm going to get open for these little short passes to move the chains. But once I catch it, he can break a couple tackles and be on his way. That's the appeal of Khalil Shakir overall. I don't know that any of them, because the way that Buffalo rotates their wide receivers might not put any of them on Sauce's side too often. It might be just kind of a evenly spread usage. I don't know. I think the Sauce effect kind of gets limited there, where any of them can eat because they're going to be shuffled around different parts of the formation.
I like that explanation. I'll put a little bit of each. We got people begging for a little Kincaid as well. I mean, if you're playing Josh Allen, it's not. We don't like to.
He gets a lucky touchdown at the beginning of the game, and where did he go? He didn't do anything else.
He got his projection's pretty low here.
He's not good. He was just open for a touchdown early in the game and did nothing else. He did nothing else.
I do like if you add a little James Cook though. It's expensive, but you're already up in the 81 as your base projection there. That's not even with your ceiling. That's just kind of the floor. So I like Garrett Wilson. I like the concentration. The targets and everything is Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall. And you just see exactly where it's going to go in this game. And Justin Fields too. So I did stack him in the original stacks. I like both of those. Okay, now getting to the game with your boys. I know, but
I renounce them.
You renounce them. You renounce Satan and all his works. It's like the Godfather.
I was teetering on renouncing them last year, and then the Mike Parsons trade just broke the camel's back. I'm done.
You want to go to the Packers?
I'm just gonna root. I'm gonna root for good players that I like, and it's just gross to be a Cowboys fan right now. So the Michael Parsons trade is a disgrace, and so
yeah.
It's a fucking disgrace, and so no, I'm not a Cowboys fan. I don't identify one as one anymore.
I quit being a then Redskins fan in 2013, and I've renounced same thing. I renounced Satan, all the works of Dan Snyder when he was there, and people are trying to get me to come back as a Commanders fan now. They're kind of like, hey, what are you thinking? I mean, I would rather have them win than lose, I guess, but that ship just sailed. It's like when you find out that Santa Claus isn't real and the Tooth Fairy is your dad or mom, and then you're just like, oh, okay, all right, that's cool.
You better hope the Tooth Fairy is your mom or dad.
I mean, I remember one time if
it's somebody else,
I lost a tooth and I didn't tell him. I was like, let's see if the Tooth Fairy is real. I'm not telling my mom and dad about this shit. And I lost a tooth. I woke up, the tooth was there. I was like, what the fuck? Oh my God, the Tooth Fairy's not.
If you were old enough to hatch that plan, you were old enough to find out.
Yeah. Well, one time I lost like 3 teeth in one day. I was like, ging, and then
you must have been a sight.
I had so much money in my little. You didn't know about these back in the day. They give little black film canisters with a little gray top. Well, those were great because you could take the top off, put your coins in there, and just shake them. Be like, I got some money in this bitch, So
you Gen Xers are wild.
I know. I'm a Gen Xer like a motherfucker. We used to have a little camera that you would put a plastic flash bulbs. There'd be like 5 flash bulbs, and you go, and it'd be a big flash, and then one would be burned out, and there'd be 4 more in. You'd be like, I got
their formative years are just clicks and grunts.
I got 4 more.
It's sorry, Gen X, but your whole upbringing was clicks. And it was clicks and grunts.
No, it was this game where you were on the computer and you were a tank and you would drive around and
grunts.
Then there'd be another tank.
Clicks and grunts. There's your entire
you go bing, 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 boom, boom, bing, boof. Yeah, it's great. It took you 8 hours to kill the other tank. You had to get like 50 shots, and they would shoot you mercilessly because they're AI, and they'd be like, "You should step into my lair."
Thank God it evolved from that.
Yeah, I'm so glad we can all watch the world end together now in high def. Thank God.
8K.
Yeah, perfect.
I want to see the pores on the terrorists.
I'll just say this. I saw something this week I don't ever want to see again, and I saw it against my will, and I hate that fucking shit. And as soon as I saw it, this is my live react. You want to see my live react. This is how it went. It was like this. Oh, I'm waiting for my dog, with my dog for my wife to come home. I sat in the step. I just opened my phone, and I went, oh, no, fuck. Dropped it on the ground, and then closed it for the next hour. Because I was just no. I don't like any of that bullshit. So, with that being said, hopefully it's not.
It was too much. It was just
too much. It's evil. It's wrong. And we almost saw it with Trump last year in Pennsylvania, and that's evil and wrong too. It's not right. Like this thing, it's wrong in Minnesota. It's wrong everywhere. I
feel differently about the other one. So
I feel differently. I've read the book, and I know you're reading the book. In France, when they burned it all down, they started killing each other. And people started assassinating people, just like, we're not doing that. That's wrong. We don't need to do that. Like, we can eat some gummies.
Unfortunately, we're in a 150-year perfect parallel with the French Revolution.
No, it's so. Let's go to France. They're not revolutioning over there. They're eating cheese and shitting everywhere. Anyway, that's what they do. I'm playing CD Lamb against you. How about that? I like CD Lamb in this game. He does like to get in against the Giants.
He's the one guy in your lineup that scares me, really.
30 points. I mean, he really could.
You have Josh Allen and CD Lamb, and you should feel really good that you have Josh Allen and CD Lamb.
Thank you.
Because that 1-2 punch is going to put up some points. That's the one receiver that you have that scares me because he has unlimited upside against the Giants.
Which he does. And, there's another wide receiver in this game who scares me, but for a different reason, because he has limited upside. You set me up for that one. Sorry. And that's Malik Neighbors, because here's the thing. Your boy in Dallas, your ex-boys in Dallas, they're playing the too high shell, and they're playing not even bend but don't break, just put it in front of us. Just a little dink and dunk. Yeah, we'll give you every little 4-yard, 8-yard, 6-yard cross, and we're going to defend it. We're not giving it to you. But
you're going to get impatient and try to push it down the field, and you're going to turn it over.
You're going to get a pick. Russell Wilson, this is my call in this game. Russell Wilson, 2 turnovers at least. I think he fumbles once. I think he gets an interception once. I think Dallas could get a defensive touchdown in this game. I think
you're giving a little too much credit to the Dallas defense right now.
It's because of Russell Wilson.
I understand that. I'm just saying that if there's a reason Russell Wilson doesn't look bad, it's because the Cowboys defense is a shell of itself without Micah Parsons.
I think that they're not great, but they did a pretty good job in week 1 against the Super Bowl champs. They were in that game. I know Jalen Carter is a fucking knucklehead and spit.
Yeah, that changed everything.
It did, but it's still, I think that they are not a playoff team. I think they're a 500 team. Particularly that Micah Parsons. I think they're like 8 and 9 or 7 and 10.
I think they'd be really happy with 8 wins. I think they're more in that 7 range.
I think Malik Neighbors, back to my long-winded point. I think Malik Neighbors is scary because of Russ. And because he could get little dink and dunks, but that's more Wandell's thing. Wandell's the little 4-yard guy fall down, 6-yard guy fall down, find the hole in the zone, find the hole in the scheme. Not that Malik Neighbors can't do that, but his plays are more dynamic. He likes the seams and he likes to stretch the field. So it's, exactly. Yeah. Ups and outs. And so you got to get deep on those. Russell Wilson not seeing the field right now. What you want.
He hasn't for years now.
No, he's not. Yeah. Well, big play Slayton. Maybe if Russ can get the time, the Giants. I talked to a Giants fan, my brother-in-law today. We had a little family get together, eating some pizza at my mom's, and we're talking Giants. And the right side of their line is a sieve. I don't know if you can have a negative PFF grade for an offensive side of a line, but if you could, I think the Giants' right side would, because they just get collapsed on all the time. They're shaky. They're like a deck with 500 people on it. It's going down. So I'm into the Giants kind of imploding in this game, and Russ maybe even getting pulled. So I'm not into Malik. I know he's
Are
great,
we calling Jackson Dart season?
He could come in the second half if they're down 21.
I'm not the biggest Jackson Dart fan, but he did look pretty sharp. So
I like his potential way better than Russ. If he was starting this game and
I don't even understand.
You could play Malik Neighbors. I would feel better about Malik Neighbors, but with Russell Wilson, who's indecisive, you saw it against the Commanders, patting the ball, stepping up and then moving over in the the pocket, just standing there getting collapsed on. He looked out of place. So
I don't even understand why they signed Jameis Winston. It made no sense.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather play Jameis Winston. That would unlock Malik Neighbor. Play Jameis Winston.
Oh, yeah. But they're not going to. They'd be moving on to the future with Jackson Dart.
Yeah. Are you playing any of the running backs? Your boy Javonte, Tracy?
Yeah.
These guys?
Yeah. Double yeah.
Yeah. Banjos, maybe? You want a banjo?
That's potential, yeah. The problem with Javonte is if he doesn't have consistent usage, like that first week was just kind of him being the hot hand, which he was.
Down to the end zone.
Surprising the Cowboys didn't activate Jaden Blue, the rookie, who's more of a scat back receiving type open field runner. He's not necessarily good between the tackles, but he's an explosive playmaker. They didn't even activate him. He was a healthy scratch. So it was just him and Miles Sanders. So maybe they want to alternate the usage. They give Javonte a heavy workload because he's the hot hand. But if Miles Sanders starts popping off, which he did have a long run last week himself and then fumbled it away, but Miles Sanders is still in the picture and could be a situation where a 50-50 split isn't great because this is an offense based on the passing game.
Yeah. I'm gonna ditch this stack and I'm gonna find one that has CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott.
Oh, Dak let us down last week.
I know. I have him on some teams that I have money on, and I was just
damn it, Dak.
Why, Dak? Why?
He looked good. He's playing well.
He gave it off to Javonte. That's why he handed off. Sometimes you get handoffs,
He just didn't. He didn't get the payoff, but he looked sharp.
Yeah. Giants D does not scare me that much. I think it'll be an under in this game, but I'm running a little stack back with Dak and CD because CD is the best player in this game.
You should like that stack. That's nice because Dak is going to be low owned because what he did last week wasn't pretty on the scorebook. Like he looked good, but he didn't score fantasy points.
Well, everyone in this next game, the Colts hosting the Denver Broncos, segue, is low owned. And that's kind of good. I kind of like that. I mean, I know Denver is nice, but they're on the road. Indy only 1.5 point. That's just interesting. They low respect to Indy. I mean, it's about a 4.5 point spread given you're home. You get the 3 points already. So I do think Denver's going to cover by about half a touchdown, maybe a little bit more. But still, everybody's cheap. Tyler Warren. I'm playing Tyler Warren against you, motherfucker. That guy is the focal point of the offense. I love it. This guy is, he's not going to be priced down. He's going to be 5,200, 5,500, 5,700 the rest of the year. Play him this week while you can. I know the Broncos have a good D, but remember who went off against them last year? Some guy named Brock Bowers. He broke him. Yeah, Brock Bowers broke him last year. So I'm not worried.
Well, let's not compare Tyler Warren to Brock Bowers. They're completely different players.
I'm just saying the defense
but
can be broken.
It can be broken, of course, but it's also Tyler Warren being the focal point of the offense is more encouraging for his floor. Like, I love that as a cash game play. I don't know if he has a lot of upside in tournament play, but it's also like if you just want that value added $4,500 triple up where he's going to get you 15 points, 12 to 15 points. If that's what you need from that $4,500 price tag, then I'm all for it. I just don't know that he has like sky is the limit upside like some other tight ends.
He does not have the slate breakers, but yeah, for the cash game, I think he can get you 15, 16 points, which is tripling up for me. I'm
how good was that Cortland Sutton touchdown last week?
I was going to say Cortland Sutton should be a value here too.
Dude, Cortland Sutton turned his career around last year. He looked god awful the first few years, just couldn't get open, and then last year he broke out, and this year already first game runs that vertical route and just bullies the DB.
Elevates, just
bullies the DB, just completely owned him for the touchdown.
Jump through him, I would say.
It was like that guy had none chance.
It's like in Madden when you go up against a bigger guy and you're a little DB and you like this, and the Madden guy just goes bleh, all over your face. It's just terrible. Yeah, I like Cortland Sutton too, and he's optimal leverage here at 6.1%. He's got a nice little situation. If this game does go over, which I mean it could, I could see this game also being 23-20. Something like that, 27-21, something like that. I definitely think
Bo Nix needs to show me something. He didn't look that great last week.
He didn't rush. He didn't scramble. It was more control, Sean Payton. But I'm not playing.
That might have been game plan dependent though, because the matchup last week was really different from this one.
Yeah, I think he'll eat. Daniel Jones, I really don't want him in this matchup. I don't.
QB1.
I know. God damn it.
QB1 Daniel Jones, like we all predicted.
I hate this guy so much.
This guy is an enigma. Like
he's stealing bread, though. I said this. He stole from Saquon. He stole goal line touches.
He's a leech. He's a parasite.
Oh, he's a super parasite.
He's a
hate
leech.
this about him. He's super leech. Yeah, it's terrible. So he depresses the value for me of Jonathan Taylor in this matchup. I mean, Dobbins is around too. I don't.
I love J.K. Dobbins. That was an impressive
1%.
performance.
What? 1%.
Fire all the cannons for J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah.
That's upside personified. That's a guy who obviously RJ Harvey has something, like he's going to be in this, game too. But J.K. Dobbins still has it after all these years and all those serious injuries. That guy is still an absolute animal running the ball.
Turning. Yeah,
he's still scoring tutties every week. He's still averaging 6 yards a carry every year. He's just a great running back. He doesn't need to be the most athletic, explosive player because he's just always been so solid. He's a smart player. He has a nose for the end zone and just always falls forward. J.K. Dobbins is a stud. I'm always going to love him. And to know that he's optimal leverage and a great price, this is that's a great play for this game.
No brainer, right?
As a standalone player from this game, I would love to just play J.K. Dobbins, maybe with Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, a little two play, little run backs. I like that. All right, 2 more games, and then we're gonna run some sims, and then we're going to show our lineups for this week, which I'm excited about. All right, here we go. We've got Arizona hosting and also boasting a 7-point spread over the Carolina Panthers and a young Bryce Young. What do you think about this game? Not a lot of ownership in either quarterback. Kyler Murray still can't see over the line. This might be the battle of the shortest quarterbacks together, their combined height in history.
It is. They're both allegedly 5'9".
I mean, I feel like I'm taller than both these guys, and I'm the shortest guy in the room. So, not great. But what do you think about what short mini do you want? You want Bryce Young? Do you want none? I like none in this matchup. But it seems like Kyler Murray has a little bit of juice.
Kyler has more upside. So he's still got the running. He ran for 40, 50 yards last week. So he still got it. He's still a threat to give us cheap fantasy points. He might not be your game-changing, go get the win type quarterback that a lot of people want him to be. But in fantasy, he's still solid every week. He's not like he kills us even when he's bad.
Yeah, and Marvin Harrison didn't kill us, but he was a little better.
He's so good.
Yeah, he is.
I'm playing him against you.
Yeah. Oh, you son of a bitch. Yeah. Well, I mean, 200 cheap, not 2,000. That'd be crazy. 200 cheaper than McBride, and then also less rostered. I like that. McBride's still leveraged, though. He's the man in that offense.
He is absolutely the man in the offense.
Yeah, he eats. He does.
Against
me? I hope not.
No, I just have Marvin.
Okay, let's do some stacks in this game. Do you like any of the run backs? Do you like Tet? Do you like you don't like Chuba? I already know that. Are you using an onslaught person? How are you building these stacks?
I do like a little bit of it's tough. I like JT Sanders again this week. Arizona traditionally has trouble covering tight ends, so Jatavian Sanders. But like it's mostly going to be an onslaught because I think the Cardinals dominate this game. They're a good team. They pulled out a big win last week. It was a clutch performance. Gannon's turning himself into a pretty solid coach. So it's good to see things are looking up. They found a way to win last week, and that was a big thing for that franchise because they're usually on the wrong end of that.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I'll put a tiny bit of Tet in, just a sprinkle of Tet. All right. Last game, Super Bowl rematch. A bludgeoning took place. We all watched it happen. It was beautiful. As sad as it was also amazing.
It was poetic.
Yeah, I mean, it was like watching.
It could be a comedy if you're not a Chiefs fan, and a tragedy if you are. It was poetic either way.
Watching someone's dad get beat up in the street that used to rule the streets,
exactly.
And he no longer ruled the streets,
yeah.
And he got beat up by a young. Whippersnapper with
the young eat the old.
Yeah, and by with one of those white boy haircuts, with the curly on the top coming out the front and the fire fades on the side.
The broccoli cut.
Yes, the broccoli guy with the broccoli cut running over, just catching a touchdown, holding it up over
throwing a straight right to the jaw of the old guard.
Getting the white cornerback back, it was
dropping him like a sack of potatoes in the street.
Him in this game,
yeah,
he's not on the roster.
Not yet. He'll be there.
But there's still a lot of plays who are, and this is one of the big games when it comes to the total 47. One of the bigger numbers, the second highest total on the board, actually third, behind the Buffalo Bills and the Jacksonville Jags games. But we have in KC, the offense did not look great for the Eagles. It never really kind of does until it does, right? It doesn't really kind of look great a lot of times. AJ Brown still kind of hurt a little bit. We kind of noticed he wasn't awesome. Devonta Smith still kind of hurt too. That's fine.
AJ Brown destroyed us.
I know. What do you think about these guys? Are they bouncing back in this game? There's a lot of revenge. There's a lot of chippiness, I think, will be in this game. You got Jalen Carter playing his first game of the season. Hopefully he doesn't spit on anybody. Gosh,
is his nickname the Camel yet, or the Llama?
Oh, hey, that's a good one. Yeah, he should sign up for Camel, right away.
What a dumbass. That was so stupid. Why would you do that?
He's such an idiot. He just doesn't even think. He gets triggered. He's the guy who raced his teammate.
It was so you saw how easy it was for Dak to get in his head.
I know. I mean, his head is not that deep, Are you playing either of these quarterbacks? Because they seem to be heavily rostered here, 9% and 6%.
Woo.
Yeah. I mean, Jalen Hurts, you can play him naked. You don't need to play him with anybody.
How's this game gonna go though? It could be a really, really tough defensive battle.
It could be.
Defenses are strong. These offenses, have neither one of them looked like world beating.
Pacheco didn't look good. You know what I mean?
No, Pacheco. What we're finding out is the Chiefs will use the running back as the sacrificial position.
Yes.
They set their passing game up by gouging the run just when you least expect it, and it's power running. It's hard nosed with Pacheco. And then the rest of their offense is like pirouettes and acrobats, and they're doing all these complicated passing schemes. But they're basically sacrificing the running back position because Pacheco's not expected to make big plays. He's expected to punch the defense in the face, move the chains, and break the defense down. Because if you hit a defense in the mouth, they're going to stop covering as well. They're going to stop tackling late in the game. The Chiefs are really a tough offense because they're not necessarily going to light it up on the scoreboard stats wise. Mahomes has not really been a top fantasy quarterback for a while. He's obviously one of the best ever, but it's still for fantasy. He's
not the guy anymore.
He's not Lamar. He's not Josh Allen. He's not those guys anymore. He can be in spurts in the certain situations, but this is a tough Philly defense. So I don't know that Mahomes lights up the scoreboard. This could be a really tough, low-scoring under because the defenses are quality and the offenses are really kind of both methodical in the way that they move down the field and score.
I think I'm taking the under in the first half, first quarter, maybe even two.
It might free up.
We'll see though. I'm with you because I think Mahomes has a limited options. He's got Marquise Brown, he's got Tyquan Thornton, Juju Smith-Schuster. I don't love it. I just
Travis Kelce
too. They're all just kind of middling. They're all middling. I think the defense is better than the offense in this case.
I think that people who stack this game are going to be disappointed.
Yeah, I don't really want to stack this game.
I want bits and pieces of it, but I don't want exposure to this game because I fear the under is coming.
Who do you want? Are you going AJ Brown? You're just going to go upside? You want to go Devonta Smith? You want to run it back with
Dallas Goedert? Showed me something last week.
Well, he's out. He just went out.
He's out. Okay, then never mind. AJ Brown to the moon. He's got a lot to prove, but I don't know if the moon is achievable in this game. I think everybody's upside is capped. You can have a solid bevy of cash players in this game, but do I expect this game to shoot? No, I don't, and I don't think that you're going to get the individual peak performance that you need to win in DFS.
Look at that first lineup.
Oh my God. That's beautiful.
Lamar Jackson naked.
No, stacked with his own defense.
Oh, the defense. Oh yeah.
That's a cool stack. That's like a running back defense stack with passing upside.
I've never seen that. We didn't even we tried to get this. What we built without him. Remember, we built Flacco, and they put him in a stack by himself. They spited us. Look at you, you beautiful mother. He's all over it.
He's
though. Look,
gorgeous.
he's in
Throw
all-
that Mac Jones in the fire. Cast that
burn
into the
burn
fire.
Burn it. Justin Fields here. Garrett Wilson, Keon Coleman. I think I would sub out. I also think I would sub out maybe Devon Achane, but I don't know. We'll see who's available. Lamar, Achane, Henry, Diggs, Brown, Say Flowers, John. Now, there's not bad. I'm not sure if I'm into Miami necessarily here, but that's a nice little stack. You got the running back and the defense. I'm gonna scroll down. They got some Aaron Rodgers in here with Metcalf in the revenge game narrative. Oh well, I could Calvin Austin. This looks more like our speed. They got a lot of Marquise Brown. I don't know what's triggering them, but any stand out to you?
I like the Justin Fields, Jahmyr Gibbs lineup down there with Khalil Shakir, and the Caleb Williams one is really nice because Olave snuck in there, and with McBride at flex, that's a fancy lineup there. That could be special.
Yeah, the Olave throw in there. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah, you like that, you see?
Yes, I do. Excellent. All right. I do need to bring up. I have not brought up my ease mail. Let me ease my ease mail in over here. I think I just throw it over onto the old computer here. I think it works. We'll see if it jumps in. It did. I saw a putty tat.
Oh, look at you go, Mr. Technology.
Oh, I saw the putty tat. I did.
Look at this. Look at this beauty.
This is sexy. This is dead sexy. All right. If you don't know, for 5 years now, it's our 6th year. We've been doing this. It's called the Clash Beards and Bellies. It didn't start off that way. It just started off with Bo taking my money first year. And then the second year, it started off with, for the first couple weeks of him taking my money. And then it turned. And then for like years. Oh, wait, don't you hold on 1 second. I got some friends. Actually, they're embedded in my thing. I got 2 of those friends actually. They sent me the wrong one. They sent me the wrong one, and then they sent me the other one because
Scott had them too.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got they're over on my shelf, like embedded with all my gear. So I've got a different one. I've got the one with the glasses, and then hold on, let me see.
Yeah, so my lineup is absolutely stacked. I sacrificed my tight end position, but with somebody with some of he's got the same Jewish one.
Hello. How's it going?
It's Ethan.
Ethan.
Yeah. And I got the same guy with the hat and the glasses that you have, the green hat too.
Nice.
He's embedded a little further. So, but they sent me the wrong guy, and so I got 2 for free. One for free. So, yeah, I love these guys. If you don't know what these are, then you're a dick. So
yeah,
it's
a great show.
It's my favorite show of all time when it comes to cartoons. Okay,
all right. So I start off with upside at 5,700. Justin Fields against Buffalo, and then my running backs are going to destroy you, Gibbs and Henry.
Yeah,
good luck, sir. You better hope they don't obliterate you. Wide receiver, I went mid range across the board with upside. Harrison, Adunze, JSN, volume and upside together, and then I threw away the tight end position with a solid, I think, 10 point play here. 3,200 is a good price for a guy who is really going to be the second option in that receiving game after Pearsall. It's maybe besides McCaffrey too, but the Mac Jones experience, we don't know what we're going to get from Mac Jones, and I think he has an affection for throwing to tight ends, and I think if I can get 10 points out of Tongas, then we're good.
Yeah, if you do, I'm not going to be pleased. I like
Garrett Wilson and the flex.
I had him, and
another 6,500, like 5,500, 6,500 range. That's all 4 of my wide receivers here because all 4 of them have the upside and the floor. So they're all safe across the board, and I'm just hoping that my running backs throw the hammer down.
Yeah. Well, I had the Titans D. I changed my mind, and you'll see what I changed my mind to now. I always like that we do white and black. It's just about my phone. I don't have my phone on dark mode. It's on light mode, but it's still
okay. Okay, boomer.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, all right, this is my lineup. I'm going with Josh Allen in this game against the Jets.
Woo, sexy.
I do like Josh Allen at 7,100. Him and Lamar.
Everybody loves Josh Allen at 71.
love
Everybody loves Josh Allen at any price is good.
Yes, I love him. I think Travis Etienne in this game is going to be needed for the Jags to stay in it. Ooh.
That's a good value too. 5,700.
5,700. I'm buying into volume. I'm buying into 20 touches, maybe 25 touches.
And with his breakout ability, he's still got big playability on every play.
Yeah, speaking of big playability on every play, my running back, Christian McCaffrey's got that too. So I like my running backs too. I think you're ahead of me a little bit in the running back, department, but I like it. Next, I went Boutte. I like
he's
him.
not a fluke, huh? He's not a fluke.
I don't think he's a fluke. I'm going Boutte. I did pay down so I could pay up, and I did pay up to get some CD Lamb because I love CD
Garrett
Lamb.
Wilson. Our only match, Garrett Wilson too.
And
CD McCaffrey, Josh Allen is ultra strong.
Yeah.
And Garrett Wilson's ultra strong, obviously, because we have matched on him. Warren is your solid play at tight end. He spent up a little bit more than I did, but I feel like they're the same player, just on different tiers.
I agree. And then I rounded it off with
Jawan. Shout out NorCal.
He got 11 targets last week. You can't ignore that. Middle of the field, Spencer Rattler looking for our safety.
Spencer Rattler.
He's the biggest.
Spencer Rattler is always looking for his binky, and that binky is Jawan Johnson.
Yeah. And then I got the Seahawks D going up against Old Man Rodgers. We'll see what happens. I think they got to travel, but
you better hope that Ayahuasca boy cools down because last week he looked real good.
I know he did. I will change it to the big view. I like that better. Bo McBrayer, tell people where can the people find you and your work and your sexy self?
Well, my work is now limited to this show and my cooking and food pics. So at Bo_McBigTime on Twitter and Instagram Big Time Flavor. That's all just food porn.
I like food porn. I'm into food porn. My wife lets me look at that kind of porn. You can find me over at NibbleW Numbers on Twitter. And then
it's filthy though. It is filthy.
It's just that sexy. And then the Fantasy Millionaires, FF Millionaires on Twitter. We do a show here on the Fantasy Six Pack every Monday, 5 p.m. We do breakdown of the regular fantasy football. Sorry, in the comments, I saw people asking questions about redraft and who would you start and things like that. Appreciate that. Not our show, man. We're DFS strong. That's what we do. We go straight DFS, talk about the slate, run it down, and then we end with the draft.
And the information can help in redraft if you listen.
Of course, yeah.
It's redraft. You're playing week to week, just the same. It's just your roster stays the same, obviously.
If we didn't talk about your guys, we talked about every single game, then we probably didn't want to play that person. You know what I mean? So not
derived from what derived from this what you will.
Exactly. And come back. We appreciate you. And thanks for jumping in. Can't respond to everything, but enjoyed the comments this week. And we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully I'll be at the beach. We'll see how that goes. But we'll figure it out. I can bring my computer down.
I'm not doing anything, so I'll be here if you're
Maybe
here.
I can do it from the beach itself. So
for Bowman seagulls like
Scott Simpson. Yeah. We'll see you guys next time on ChalkBlocked.